Hey guys, MJ for Fun here with this new series that I'm going to do. It's called EDH Generals How to Build Them, as the title above said. So pretty much what this is I'm going to be picking a general, and it's going to be, um, the first episode we're doing today is actually going to be Niv MIzzet the Firemind. Now, what Niv MIzzet the Firemind is he is a 4/4 for 6, 2 red, 2 blue, and 2 colorless. He's a legendary dragon wizard, and he has flying. Whenever you draw a card, Niv MIzzet deals 1 damage to target creature or player. You can tap him and draw a card. So, pretty much, Niv MIzzet is a combo deck. That's really all he is. Unless you use Draco Genius, which is the new Niv MIzzet, he's a combo deck. So let's go over some of the combo pieces right now, shall we? The first combo piece I'm going to show you is Curiosity. Now, if you're trying to figure out how this is a combo piece, if you scroll back in the video a little bit, Niv MIzzet, it says whenever you draw a card, deal a point of damage to someone, and it says whenever enchanted creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. So when you draw a card, he'll do a damage, and then Curiosity will trigger, and you'll draw another card. And it's just an infinite loop, and it'll kill any one player. You can kill 2 players with one deck, unless you have something to bring all your stuff from your graveyard back to your library and shuffle it. But, yeah. The next combo piece we're going to talk about is Mind Over Matter. Now, it is an enchantment that costs 4 blue and 2 colorless, so it costs 6 to come out. You choose and discard a card, tap or untap target artifact, creature, and land. Now, this isn't primarily just a combo piece. But you would, when you draw a card off of Niv MIzzet by tapping him, he'll deal a point of damage to your opponent, and then you discard the card you drew to untap him. Now, then you can just keep doing that, discard the card you draw, and over and over and over again. And if you put Eldrazi in there, you can kill everybody on the table. So yeah, he's really not. I personally wouldn't play him as a general just because all he is a combo deck, but he's definitely not a bad start, and he doesn't cost a lot of money. If you want to know the truth, it's really, really not that bad. Next we have Ophidian Eye. Now, Ophidian Eye does the exact same thing as Curiosity, except this has Flash, and it costs 2 more. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. So, Niv, just tap, 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 draw damage. You're going to mill yourself out, but you're going to kill people. And there's ways to get around the whole you can only kill a certain number of people, which I'll go over next, which is Psychosis Crawler. He's an XX for 5, and his power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. So, and his ability, if you read, whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life. So if you combo off with Ophidian Eye or Curiosity or something along those lines, you can kill everybody without milling yourself out. Just because you make everyone at the table except for you lose a life every time you draw. So it's really good. Yeah. So that's, and the next card we will go over is Arcanicity Impotent. He is not necessary for the deck to work, but he's really good. He is a 3/4 for 6, 3 blue and 3 colorless. He's a legendary wizard. You tap him to draw 3 cards, so that's 3 points with Niv right there every turn. And then somebody's like, "Oh no, you have Arcanus. I must kill him," and then you just return him to your hand in response. He's really good. Next we're gonna go over. So the next piece is Thought Reflection. It's a 7-drop enchantment. It costs 3 blue and 4 colorless. And if you would draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. So it's a more subtle way to say you're on a clock, as opposed to just comboing off as soon as Niv comes out. It's really not that good. but it's helpful. Now there's other combos, but I'm not going to go over all of them just because this would be a 20-minute long video, and I don't really want it to be a 20-minute long video. I think about 5.5 minutes is enough. Excuse me. So, yeah. Now, since most Niv MIzzet decks are control-y, slow-paced combo decks, I'm not saying all of them are, but everyone I've seen at least. Rhystic Study. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays one. So, if they're not willing to pay one more for every spell they play, you're going to be filling your hand with cards and pinging away at them with Niv. This card is, if you have a blue deck, with the exception of something like Animar, and this is not in it, you're doing something wrong. It's not that expensive. You can get a booster pack of Prophecy for like $4, maybe $2, something like that. But you really need this card. It also came out in the Commanders Arsenal thing, and there's just a million different ways to get it. And the last card we're going to go over is Blue Sun Zenith. It is a 3-cost, an X. Target player draws X cards, and then you shuffle Blue Sun Zenith into its owner's library. And it's an instant speed, so it's really good. When this card first came out, I started playing around Zendikar block, and then went through the Scars of Mirrodin block and whatnot. And when this card came out and all the other Zeniths except for Black Sun Zenith, I was like, oh, these are all terrible. And then I got into EDH right around New Phyrexia, and I looked back on these cards, and I was like, oh my, they're really good. And, you know, it just really good. Now, it's pretty much saying pay 3 blue and X to deal X damage to target player and draw X cards. So it's like an Invoke the Firemind with both abilities activated. That's what makes this card so good. So yeah, this is my first video of the series. Tell me if you like it below. Tell me if you want to keep going, because there's millions of generals I can do. Not really, but... and also, tell me what general you want me to do next. I might be taking